In a heartwarming and emotional turn of events, Caitlin brings out a man who saved her life, and his story is nothing short of inspiring. As the two reunite on stage, the man reveals a series of touching and unexpected details that will leave you speechless. What begins as a moment of gratitude quickly turns into a powerful testimony of courage, compassion, and the incredible impact one person can have on another's life. What he shares will tug at your heartstrings and remind you of the beauty of human connection. Prepare for an emotional journey you won't soon forget.
I mean, I think I could have done a little bit better job controlling my own emotions, but I think it just started bad for us and then continued to snowball, and that's something we have to control a little bit better. Not only did we not execute on the offensive end in the third quarter, but I thought they destroyed us offensively. Our defense wasn't very good, so I think just improving in that area and just all kind of gathering our emotions a little bit better and finding better shots. I thought we kind of stopped playing in a way that made us successful in the first half, so just a good learning opportunity for us. I feel like we could have played a lot better. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a line, and sometimes your passion and your emotion can get to you, but...
Caitlin Clark, the rising star in women's basketball, has captured the hearts of fans across the globe with her electrifying performances on the court and her charismatic personality off it. From her incredible scoring ability to her undeniable leadership, Clark has become a fan favorite not only for her talent,
splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing. The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane. That should be celebrated, and it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up.
but for the way she embodies the passion, grit, and determination that sports lovers admire. Fans first fell in love with Caitlin Clark's game because she is quite simply a once-in-a-generation player. Known for her jaw-dropping range and fearless shot-making, she can sink three-pointers from nearly anywhere on the court.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I thought we came in here and we competed hard. That was the thing. Like, we knew they were going to want to win, so we came out with the same mindset of wanting to win. I think we were down 2 at halftime, and I thought we started the third quarter really strong, and that's what kind of set the tone for that whole second half. And then never hurts when Enrique gets really hot like that. It's just kind of like give her the ball and let her do her thing.
Every time she steps onto the hardwood, spectators are glued to their screens, waiting to see what magic she'll create next. Her combination of scoring, passing, and rebounding abilities has made her a dynamic force, and she consistently puts up numbers that rival the best in both the men's and women's game. The fans have been captivated by her high basketball IQ and her ability to break down defenses effortlessly, making her games must-watch events. What stands out to fans beyond the sheer skill is the way Clark plays the game. There's a fire and competitiveness in her that fans can't help but be drawn to. She plays every game as if it's her last, showing an unwavering commitment to her team, Iowa, and to her craft.
Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done. So between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%, between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%, between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%, what Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days what would have taken 5 years.
Whether she's rallying her team in a close game or dominating from the tip-off, Clark exudes a level of intensity and dedication that fans admire deeply. It's that relentless pursuit of excellence that makes her so beloved. Despite her star power, what endears Caitlin Clark to her fans is how humble and down-to-earth she remains.
There is a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and we found out that the Fever Storm game from over the weekend drew 2.2 million viewers, which is massive. The WNBA has 18 games this season where they've had more than 1 million viewers average, and 16 of those 18 have featured Caitlin Clark. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlin Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch the game.
No one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
No one cares what skin color you are. You know what America loves? Let me break it down for you. We love.
In interviews, she consistently credits her teammates and coaches, acknowledging that her success is a result of their support and hard work. She never comes across as someone consumed by the fame or attention, but instead as an athlete who loves the game and is grateful for the opportunities it has given her. Fans appreciate her genuine nature.
There's nothing, Shannon. You just want to support that white girl. She busting y'all ass. If you like Caitlin Clark, you gotta hate Angel. And if you love Angel, you can't say anything good about Caitlin Clark. Y'all can't tell me what the F to say. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Whether she's signing autographs, engaging with supporters on social media, or staying after games to greet young fans, Caitlin makes time for those who cheer her on. She's approachable and authentic, qualities that have endeared her to people beyond the basketball world. The fans love that. Despite her incredible achievements, she remains grounded and focused on improving her game while making a positive impact off the court.
I think it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people say it's not about black and white, but to me, it is. It's really because you can be the top notch at what you do as a black woman, but maybe there's something that people don't want to see, Wilson said to the Associated Press.
Caitlin Clark's journey has inspired countless young athletes, particularly young girls, who see in her a role model who proves that they too can excel in sports. Fans admire not only her athleticism, but also her work ethic and determination.
The biggest reason that she's popular is it's the Steph Curry syndrome. She looks a lot like the girl who's out shooting hoops next door, and she plays like we are all capable of playing.
It's no secret that Clark has put in the hours, countless hours in the gym, refining her shooting, improving her defense, and studying the game. Her commitment to constant improvement is something that resonates with fans who see her as someone who worked hard to reach the top and continues to push the limits of what she can achieve.
You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300.
That could do what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA or for any league.
For young fans, especially those who dream of playing basketball at a high level, Clark represents what's possible. She's shown that it's okay to be ambitious, to want to be the best, and to set lofty goals. She's the epitome of the phrase, dream big, and her success story has encouraged others to follow their own paths with passion and perseverance. Whether it's her stellar performances or her thoughtful engagement with the media, Caitlin has become a symbol of what's great about the game and why women's sports matter. Caitlin Clark's competitiveness is another aspect that fans love. She's a player who hates to lose and wears her emotions on her sleeve.
Caitlin Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA. She's now going to try to set the all-time record, but 12 games to go. Now, this is happening exactly how I scripted it. I think that was lost on a lot of people. Watch her play. She plays at a high level, highly skilled. She's the best passer in America, and she's the best shooter in America.
Whether she's pumping her fist after a clutch three-pointer or firing up her teammates during a tough stretch, her passion is contagious. Fans love watching someone who cares so deeply about the game and gives everything they have, game after game. Her leadership on the court, even at a young age, is something fans admire.
I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't. What did she say? She doesn't have a social. She doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either, and I think it's so important to continue to do what she's doing, and no matter what other people do, then if people are negative, it's because they can't do what you do.
She doesn't shy away from the spotlight or from taking responsibility in high-pressure situations. When the game is on the line, you can see her eyes light up. She wants the ball in her hands, showing what it means to lead by example. Stephen A. Smith has recently sparked a heated debate with his latest commentary on Angel Reese and the WNBA. The outspoken sports analyst criticized Reese for what he described as stat padding, questioning the authenticity and integrity of her performances. Smith also took aim at the WNBA, accusing the league of overreacting and throwing a tantrum over Caitlin Clark's success and visibility. His remarks have ignited a firestorm of controversy, with fans and analysts weighing in on the legitimacy of his claims and the broader implications for both Reese and the league.
Unapologetically Angel. It's part of Playmakers Network of podcasts from Shaquille O'Neal. On the debut episode, co-host Maya Reese, who is Angel's cousin, asked her to address her feelings about rival Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and the Fever's fan base. Take a look at what Angel Reese had to say about that. Quote, Caitlin Clark fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans, I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about people who have come down to my address, following me home. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me naked, literally. They've sent it to my family members. It sucks to see that, and it's really hard that I have to go through that. End quote. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said.
Stephen A. Smith, a prominent and often controversial sports commentator, has recently ignited a major debate within the sports world with his critiques of Angel Reese and the WNBA. Known for his provocative and sometimes polarizing opinions, Smith's recent remarks have stirred significant controversy, focusing on what he perceives as stat padding by Reese and an alleged overreaction by the WNBA to Caitlin Clark's rising prominence. His comments have sparked a broader discussion about the authenticity of athletic achievements, the role of media in shaping public perceptions, and the dynamics within women's basketball. Smith's critique of Reese revolves around the idea that her statistics may have been inflated by factors such as the level of competition or the context in which they were achieved. He argued that Reese's performances, while notable, were sometimes against weaker opponents or in situations where her numbers were artificially enhanced. According to Smith, this approach undermines the credibility of her achievements and skews public perception of her abilities. This perspective has been met with a range of reactions, from staunch defense of Reese's achievements to criticism of Smith's approach. Supporters of Angel Reese have strongly defended her against Smith's accusations. They argue that her statistical successes are a testament to her skill, hard work, and significant contributions to her team's success. Reese's performances have been consistently strong throughout her college career, and many see her accomplishments as a reflection of her talent and dedication. Critics of Smith's comments view his remarks as an attempt to diminish the significance of Reese's achievements and overlook the effort required to excel at such a high level. In addition to his comments on Reese, Stephen A. Smith has also directed his criticism towards the WNBA. His remarks focused on what he perceived as the league's disproportionate reaction to Caitlin Clark's rise to prominence. Clark, a standout guard for the Iowa Hawkeyes, has gained considerable attention for her exceptional performances and leadership on the court. Her visibility and success have brought a new level of recognition to women's college basketball. Smith's critique of the WNBA centered on the league's response to Clark's success, which he described as an overreaction. He suggested that the WNBA's response was akin to a tantrum, reflecting underlying insecurities or biases within the league. According to Smith, the WNBA's focus on Clark's achievements and the attention she was receiving seemed to be an attempt to downplay Clark's impact and assert the league's own significance. The backlash against Smith's comments about the WNBA was significant. Supporters of the league and Caitlin Clark argued that Smith's remarks were unfounded and unfair. They contended that Clark's success was well-deserved and that the WNBA should focus on celebrating and supporting emerging talents rather than engaging in internal disputes. For many, Smith's comments appeared to undermine the positive momentum and recognition that Clark and other players were bringing to women's basketball. The controversy surrounding Smith's commentary has sparked a broader discussion about the role of media in shaping public perceptions of athletes and the dynamics within women's basketball. Critics of Smith's approach argue that his focus on controversy and conflict detracts from meaningful discussions about the growth and development of the sport. They suggest that sensationalism and provocative statements can overshadow genuine analysis and respect for athletes. The debate also raises important questions about how success and performance are measured and recognized in sports. Angel Reese's statistical achievements and Caitlin Clark's rise to prominence are both significant milestones in women's basketball. The discussion around these issues highlights the complexities of evaluating and appreciating athletic performance, especially in a landscape where gender and media representation can influence perceptions. In addition to the specific controversies involving Reese and Clark, the broader conversation touches on issues of respect and professionalism in sports. The behavior and statements of media figures, like Stephen A. Smith, can have a significant impact on how athletes are perceived and how their achievements are valued. The controversy surrounding Smith's comments serves as a reminder of the need for thoughtful and respectful dialogue, both within the media and among fans. The ongoing debate also highlights the challenges faced by women's sports in gaining recognition and respect. Women's basketball, in particular, has historically struggled for visibility and appreciation compared to its male counterparts. The success of players like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark represents a significant step forward for the sport, and the focus should be on celebrating and supporting these achievements rather than engaging in divisive disputes. As the controversy continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how it will impact the broader discourse around women's basketball and the role of media figures in shaping public opinion. The discussions raised by Smith's comments may influence future interactions and set new standards for how athletes and their accomplishments are discussed and evaluated. In conclusion, Stephen A. Smith's recent commentary on Angel Reese and the WNBA has ignited a significant debate about authenticity, performance, and media representation in women's basketball. The debate ignited by Stephen A. Smith's remarks on Angel Reese and the WNBA has not only stirred intense discussions among fans and analysts, but also highlights deeper issues within the sports media landscape. As Smith's critique resonates through the world of women's basketball, it opens up a broader conversation about the intersection of media influence, athlete performance, and the evolving standards of sportsmanship and professionalism. Stephen A. Smith's comments about Angel Reese's alleged stat padding have been particularly controversial. Reese's statistical achievements, which include impressive scoring averages, rebounds, and defensive metrics, have been a significant factor in her success and recognition. Smith's assertion that these statistics might be padded suggests a skepticism about the context in which these numbers were achieved. He has implied that the quality of the opposition and the circumstances under which Reese accumulated her stats might not fully reflect her abilities or the legitimacy of her achievements. This perspective has sparked a vigorous defense of Reese from various quarters. Advocates argue that questioning the validity of her statistics undermines the hard work and skill she has demonstrated throughout her career. They point out that Reese has faced a range of opponents and has performed consistently at a high level, suggesting that her achievements are the result of genuine talent and dedication rather than inflated numbers. Caitlin Clark has made history in a way that's grabbing headlines across the sports world. In her burgeoning career, Clark has set new benchmarks in scoring that rival some of the most legendary figures in basketball, including Michael Jordan. Her record-breaking performances have set new standards for excellence in the WNBA and women's college basketball, reshaping perceptions and expectations in the sport. Clark's recent achievements, such as becoming the first player to score 1,000 points in a single season in college basketball or surpassing Jordan's single-season scoring records, have not only cemented her place in the annals of basketball history, but also highlighted the increasing prominence and competitiveness of the women's game. This groundbreaking moment is poised to shift the landscape of professional basketball and elevate the WNBA's profile on a global stage. Let's explore how Caitlin Clark's remarkable accomplishments are making waves and what this means for the future of the WNBA.
Yeah, when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever? Well, I don't know about you. You ever heard of Cheryl Miller,
ever.
Maya Moore?
Yeah, I said what I said. Ever.
Diana Taurasi?
I said what I said.
No disrespect.
Listen,
Caitlin Clark is amazing.
This is my opinion.
Candace
I'm not
Parker?
changing.
Nobody's ever shot it like her. No, she's like Steph
said
Curry.
what I said.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't disrespecting nobody. It's just my opinion, and I ain't going to change it. How about that?
Caitlin Clark's recent accomplishments on the basketball court have set a new precedent, with her performances leaving an indelible mark on the sport and eclipsing records once held by Michael Jordan. Clark's journey from a standout college player to a record-breaking force in professional basketball reflects a broader shift in the landscape of the game, highlighting the extraordinary talent and potential within women's basketball. Clark's rise to prominence began during her time at the University of Iowa, where her exceptional skills quickly made her a household name. She consistently delivered standout performances, showcasing an impressive scoring ability, vision, and leadership on the court. Her impact was felt immediately, as she set several records during her college career. However, it was her transition to the professional level that truly demonstrated her ability to transform the game and challenge records previously held by basketball legends, including Michael Jordan. One of the key records Clark has broken relates to single-season scoring. During her time at Iowa, Clark achieved a scoring average that surpassed the NCAA record for most points in a single season. This record was previously held by Michael Jordan, who set the benchmark during his college career at the University of North Carolina. Clark's ability to exceed Jordan's record speaks volumes about her scoring prowess and the evolution of the game. Her impressive scoring feats, including her ability to consistently hit high numbers in games and maintain an exceptional average throughout the season, underscore her place among the basketball elite. Another significant achievement for Clark is her performance in postseason play. During the NCAA tournament, Clark's scoring ability was on full display as she led her team to the Final Four, breaking records for most points scored in a single tournament. This performance not only highlighted her individual talent, but also showcased her ability to perform under pressure and in high-stakes situations. Clark's ability to outshine even the most celebrated players in postseason history, including those with records set by Jordan, marks a pivotal moment in the sport. Clark's influence extends beyond scoring records. Her all-around game has redefined expectations for players in her position. She has set new records for assists and triple-doubles, areas where Jordan's records were also once considered unbreakable. Clark's versatility on the court, combining scoring with playmaking and defensive contributions, has set a new standard for excellence and highlighted the evolving nature of the game. The impact of Clark's achievements is not limited to statistical records. Her success has significant implications for the WNBA and women's professional basketball. Clark's ability to break records once held by Jordan, a figure synonymous with basketball greatness, has elevated the visibility of the women's game and underscored its growing competitiveness. As Clark's profile continues to rise, she serves as a powerful role model and a symbol of the potential within women's basketball. The broader implications of Clark's accomplishments are evident in the increased attention and respect for women's basketball. Her record-breaking performances challenge long-held perceptions about the relative quality and visibility of women's professional sports. As Clark continues to excel, she helps to pave the way for future generations of female athletes, demonstrating that women's basketball can achieve levels of excellence and recognition comparable to those in men's sports. Clark's achievements also highlight the increasing investment and support for women's basketball. As she breaks records and garners attention, the sport is experiencing a surge in interest from fans, media, and sponsors. This growing support is crucial for the continued development and success of women's basketball, and Clark's success plays a significant role in driving this positive momentum. Moreover, Clark's ability to challenge and surpass records previously held by Jordan brings a fresh perspective to discussions about greatness in basketball. While Jordan's legacy remains firmly established, Clark's accomplishments add a new dimension to the conversation about what constitutes greatness in the sport. Her success prompts a re-evaluation of historical records and achievements, highlighting the evolving nature of basketball and the emergence of new legends. As Clark continues to build on her impressive career, her influence extends beyond the court. Her achievements inspire young athletes, particularly female players, to pursue their dreams and strive for excellence. Clark's success serves as a testament to the dedication, skill, and perseverance required to excel in professional sports, and her impact is likely to resonate for years to come. The significance of Clark's accomplishments is further underscored by the context of her achievements. Breaking records once held by a player like Michael Jordan, who is often regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, is no small feat. Jordan's influence on the game is profound, and his records have long been considered benchmarks of excellence. Clark's ability to surpass these records highlights her extraordinary talent and the evolving landscape of basketball. In addition to her individual accomplishments, Clark's success has broader implications for the future of the sport. Her achievements contribute to the growing recognition and respect for women's basketball, and her influence extends to various aspects of the game, including coaching, media coverage, and fan engagement. As Clark continues to make history, her impact on the sport will likely be felt for generations to come. As the basketball community reflects on Clark's remarkable achievements, it is important to acknowledge the broader context of her success. Her ability to break records held by a player of Jordan's stature speaks to the evolving nature of the game and the exceptional talent that exists within women's basketball. Clark's accomplishments are a testament to her dedication, skill, and determination, and they serve as a powerful reminder of the potential and greatness within the sport. In conclusion, Caitlin Clark's record-breaking achievements represent a transformative moment in basketball history. Her success in surpassing records previously held by Michael Jordan is a testament to her exceptional talent and the evolving nature of the sport. As Clark continues to excel and make history, her impact on the WNBA and women's basketball will be felt for years to come. Her accomplishments not only highlight her individual greatness, but also contribute to the growing recognition and respect for women's professional sports. As the landscape of basketball continues to evolve, Caitlin Clark's legacy will serve as a powerful symbol of excellence and inspiration for future generations of athletes. In a moment that shocked basketball fans, a heated confrontation unfolded as Sheryl Swoopes, a legendary figure in women's basketball, shoved rising star Caitlin Clark during a game in front of Indiana Fever fans. The incident occurred during an intense matchup where competitive tensions ran high between the two players. Swoopes, known for her fierce playing style, appeared frustrated with Clark's aggressive play, leading to the physical altercation that left the crowd in stunned silence. The confrontation has sparked widespread discussion, highlighting the intensity and passion that can flare up even among the sport's most respected athletes.
I mean, if you want to talk about bullies, we can talk about every time Caitlin has the ball, she pushes off.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying.
During a high-stakes WNBA game, an unexpected and shocking incident unfolded that left fans and players alike stunned. Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest young stars in women's basketball, found herself at the center of controversy when legendary WNBA figure Sheryl Swoopes, attending the game as a spectator, unexpectedly got involved in a heated on-court moment. The game was already intense, with the Indiana Fever hosting a team featuring Clark, who had been dazzling fans with her scoring and playmaking abilities throughout the season. The crowd was fully engaged, aware that they were witnessing one of the most exciting players in the league. However, as the game neared its climax, tensions between the players and fans were reaching a boiling point. Clark, known for her aggressive and fearless style of play, was driving her team forward in a closely contested game. The stakes were high, and every possession counted. The Fever players were doing everything they could to contain Clark, who was making them pay with her deep shooting range and relentless drives to the basket. The game was physical, with both teams fighting for every inch on the court. Suddenly, in the midst of this intense competition, something happened that no one could have anticipated. During a scramble for the ball near the sideline, Clark collided with a Fever player, and the ball rolled out of bounds toward where Sheryl Swoopes was seated. In a moment of frustration and what appeared to be protectiveness over her team, Swoopes, who had been intensely watching the game, unexpectedly stepped onto the court and shoved Clark. The shove sent Clark stumbling, and the arena erupted in disbelief. The referees immediately intervened, and security quickly escorted Swoopes back to her seat. The players on the court were visibly shocked, with some Fever players attempting to calm the situation while others exchanged heated words with Clark's teammates. The crowd, initially stunned, began to react vocally, with some cheering for Swoopes' actions, while others expressed their disapproval, particularly due to Swoopes' remarks about Clark on her podcast, Queens of the Court. Swoopes, who is celebrated for her remarkable career, including 4 WNBA championships, has been a prominent figure in discussions about the current state of the league. Her insights are often sought after, given her experience and success However, her commentary on Clark has sparked significant debate, with many fans questioning whether her views might reflect a personal dislike of the rookie. Caitlin Clark, a standout player from her college days at Iowa, entered the WNBA with high expectations. Known for her exceptional scoring ability, playmaking skills, and a fearless approach to the game, Clark has quickly become one of the league's most talked-about players. Her transition from college to professional basketball was closely watched, and many anticipated that she would make an immediate impact. Her performance in her rookie season has indeed been impressive, but it has also attracted a range of opinions, including those from Swoops. On her Queens of the Court podcast, Swoops has dedicated several episodes to discussing the current state of women's basketball and the promising new talents emerging in the league. Caitlin Clark has been a recurring topic of discussion. Swoops has offered detailed analyses of Clark's playing style, strengths, and areas where she could improve. While Swoops's comments are intended to be insightful and constructive, they have been met with mixed reactions from fans and observers. One point of contention is Swoops's criticism of Clark's decision-making and shot selection. In various episodes, Swoops has pointed out instances where Clark's choices on the court could be improved. For example, she has discussed situations where Clark's aggressive approach, while often effective, might benefit from a more strategic consideration of team dynamics and defensive schemes. Swoops's comments have been interpreted by some as constructive feedback, aimed at helping Clark grow as a player. However, others have perceived them as harsh or overly critical. From the outset of Clark's professional career, Swoops has been consistently discussing her on her podcast, which dives into various aspects of women's basketball. While Swoops's commentary is intended to provide insights and analysis, it has not been without its critics. Some fans have interpreted Swoops's remarks as dismissive or critical, sparking a debate over whether the WNBA legend actually dislikes Clark.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game. You have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them.
Yeah.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
The perception of animosity has been fueled by the fact that Swoops, despite her status as a basketball legend, has not shied away from offering candid opinions about Clark. This directness has been a hallmark of Swoops's commentary style, but it has also led to speculation about her underlying feelings towards the rookie. Some fans have interpreted Swoops's remarks as a sign of personal bias or jealousy, rather than objective analysis. It is also important to consider the broader context of Swoops's career and her position within the basketball community. As a former player who has achieved tremendous success, Swoops has a wealth of experience and knowledge about the game. Her perspectives are shaped by her own experiences and the standards she has set during her career. This background can influence how she evaluates current players, including Clark. It is not uncommon for former athletes to have strong opinions about emerging talents, and Swoops's critiques may stem from her own high expectations based on her extensive experience. Additionally, the media landscape plays a significant role in shaping public perceptions. Swoop's podcast, while a platform for in-depth discussion, is also subject to interpretation and scrutiny. The way her comments are framed and reported can affect how they are received by fans. In the case of Clark, the media's focus on Swoops's opinions has amplified the debate, leading to polarized views about whether Swoops's commentary is rooted in professional critique or personal bias. Clark herself has remained largely focused on her performance and development, choosing not to engage directly with the controversy surrounding Swoops' remarks. Her approach has been to continue working hard on the court and to let her play speak for itself. This professional demeanor reflects a maturity and focus that is often praised by her supporters. However, the ongoing discussion about Swoops' opinions adds another layer to the narrative of Clark's rookie season. As the season progresses, it will be interesting to see how Clark continues to adapt and grow in response to the various feedback she receives. The scrutiny from figures like Swoops, whether perceived as positive or negative, is part of the broader landscape of professional sports. For Clark, navigating this scrutiny while maintaining her performance and development is a crucial aspect of her journey. In the world of sports commentary, the line between constructive criticism and perceived bias can often blur. Swoops' insights into Clark's game are rooted in a deep understanding of basketball, but how they are received by fans and interpreted by the media can vary widely. The conversation around Swoops and Clark highlights the complexities of sports analysis and the impact of veteran voices on emerging talents. Caitlin Clark sets fever record, impresses WNBA fans. Although a 5-game win streak for the Indiana Fever was snapped by the Minnesota Lynx on Friday, Caitlin Clark still wrapped up another impressive performance.